Welcome to Infomedia. We discuss about some other acts passed by the British government to control the affairs of British East India Company in India. Previous video I discussed some of the acts passed by the British government. Now we discuss other acts that are passed by the British government. Indian Council Act of 1861. Lord Canning, the Viceroy, nominated 3 Indians to his Legislative Council in 1862. It initiated the process of decentralization. The Viceroy was authorized to issue ordinances during the emergencies for a maximum period of 6 months. It given recognition to the portfolio system introduced by the Lord Canning. These are some of the features of the Indian Council Act of 1861. Next, Indian Council Act 1892. It increased the functions of legislative councils and to give them the power to discuss the budget and to address the questions to the executive. Next is Indian Council Act of 1909. All of are familiar with this act. This act is also known as the Minto-Morley reforms. Lord Minto was the Viceroy and Morley was the Secretary of State for India. Satyendranath Sinha became the first Indian to member of a Viceroy's Executive Council. He was appointed as the law member. It introduced the system of communal representation in India by accepting the concept of separate electorate for Muslims. Lord Minto came to be known as the father of communal electorate in India. Government of India Act 1990. Act is popularly known as the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Montagu was the Secretary of the State for India and Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India. This act provided the right to vote for the women in India. It introduced diarchy in provinces by dividing the provincial subject into 2 parts, transferred and reserved. It introduced for the first time bicameralism and direct elections in the country. It provided for the establishment of a public service commission which was set up in 1926 for recruiting civil servants. Next is Government of India Act 1935. The Congress Committee did not agree to the proposals in the white paper issued after the Third Roundtable Conference in 1932. Based on these proposals, the British government introduced a bill in the British Parliament on 19th December 1934, which was passed as the Government of India Act 1935. The Act proposed a federal system consisting of 2 houses, Council of States and Federal Assembly. The Act abolished diarchy in the provinces and introduced a provisional autonomy in its place. The Act introduces diarchy at the centre. The first general election as per the Act of 1935 was held in 1937. In the general election held in 1937, Congress got the majority, but all the Congress ministers resigned in 1939 as the protest against the decision of British to drag into India the Second World War. The Act proposed the established Federal Court which came into being on 1st October 1937. It later became the Supreme Court of India 28 January 1950. The Act also provided for the establishment of the Reserve Bank of India. This Act laid the foundation of democracy in India. This Act divided the powers between the centre and the units in terms of 3 lists: Federal List, Provincial List and Concurrent List. This Act is also known as the blueprint of the Indian Constitution. Next is Indian Independence Act. India became independent on 15th August 1947 according to the Indian Independence Act 1947. It abolished the office of the Secretary of State for India. It abolished the office of Viceroy and provided a Governor General for each domain. It granted the freedom to the Indian princely states either to join the Dominion of India or the Dominion of Pakistan or to retain independence. It provided for the governance of each of the dominions and the provinces by the Government of India Act 1935 till the new constitutions were framed. These are some of the features of the different act passed by the British government to control the affairs of the British East India Company in India. These are informative for all the competitive exams. Therefore, not avoid to see this video.